Hello everyone, my name is Cameron. Welcome back to the channel. So, if you guys don't know what this is a sling on my left arm. Now, if you guys are wondering why is my arm in a sling, so I've talked about this briefly over the past week or so, that my left shoulder's been in a lot of pain. Don't worry, it's nothing serious. It's not broken or sprained or dislocated or anything like that. It is just a issue with my muscle, and I went to the hospital Thursday at like midnight-ish, heading into Friday, and went and got it looked at, got an x-ray. They couldn't see anything wrong with that area, which an x-ray doesn't show muscle. So if it persists, they said, okay, here, wear a sling for 3 days, do some, stretch exercise when the sling's off, take Motrin, heat it, ice it, that sort of stuff. Basic stuff for taking care of a muscle issue, a strained muscle, whatever it happens to be. If you guys are wondering how this happened, I slept on it wrong the 27th-ish, 26th and the 27th of February, and was like, okay, it'll probably be feeling better by the end of the weekend, something along those lines. It kept persisting, and it was over a week, so I was like, okay, I'm going to go get this looked at real quick to make sure nothing's wrong. Luckily, by the end of the weekend, it should start feeling better. I'm very happy about that, because honestly, I just want my arm to feel better and not be in pain. So that's why I'm in a sling. I'm still going to be able to record. They said I could go about life as normal. It keeps it in a position where I can play video games still pretty fucking easily. And, so let's get on to the WWE Fastlane 2019 predictions, starting with the most recent match added. A match on the pre-show, a men's tag team match, The New Day versus Nakamura and Rusev. I'm going for The New Day. I feel like they're going to try to swerve us to make it seem like Kofi's not going to be in the Mania match for the championship. But I very much think that The New Day is going to start kind of getting some momentum going into that, and then they're going to get the whole Kofi Mania hashtag going bigger, and then Kofi will face probably Daniel Bryan. I'm hoping Daniel Bryan. I like the idea of that a little bit more. If he faces Kevin, he faces Kevin. Either way, I'm excited, especially if Kofi wins the match, which I think he's probably going to win it if they do have him in that. Next, we have a men's singles match also on the pre-show. Rey Mysterio versus Andrade Cien Almas. I don't give a shit if they call him Andrade. I will still say his full name, because his song still says his full fucking name. I'm going for Andrade. I love Mysterio. I love Andrade. I love their feud in general. I think it's just a matter of time before there's a championship added to this feud. Hell, even maybe further down the line, Andrade wins the championship or something, and then Rey Mysterio and his feud just kind of reignites. I wouldn't mind that. But I think Andrade is definitely going to win this match. I think they're tied in the grand scheme of things with their current feud. I'm not entirely sure. I'm pretty sure they're tied, but I might be wrong. Next, we have a triple threat tag team match for the Raw Tag Team Championships between the champions, the Revival, and the two challenging teams, Ricochet and Aleister Black, and the Glorious Fuckwits, otherwise known as Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. I'm going for the Revival to retain with the bonus prediction stipulation of them pinning either Bobby Roode or Chad Gable. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, currently on the main roster, since they came in like a few weeks ago, like right after Elimination Chamber, Aleister Black and Ricochet have both not lost a single match on the main roster. That being singles matches on Raw or SmackDown, or tag team matches on Raw or SmackDown, they have continued to win. Even their match against the Revival for the championships that they just had last week on Raw, they won by disqualification. So I think what's going to happen is the Revival are going to pin either Bobby Roode or Chad Gable to save Ricochet or Black from losing that momentum, and to kind of say, oh, they haven't been pinned on the main roster. Yes, technically at that point they would have had a loss, but they would still not have been pinned or submitted on the main roster. And I like that idea. I like the fact that that's probably what they did. Here's the thing. I think they don't want to take the belts off the Revival because they know the Revival aren't very happy with where they've been in the company the last few months, last few years on the main roster. And they don't want to take the belts off of them because they're worried about that. And I also don't think they want to put the belts on Ricochet and Aleister Black because it's kind of just a random team thrown together. Not that I mind it. I love the tag team with Ricochet and Aleister Black. They're doing fantastic work. I think they both actually fit very well as a tag team. But I think that's why Bobby Roode and Chad Gable were kind of thrown into the match, just so that way they can eat the pin and the Revival can keep the championships without Aleister and Ricochet being pinned in any way. Next, we have a men's 3-on-3 tag team match. The Shield, God, the rumored last time, I'm at this point, so if you guys don't know the whole situation, Dean Ambrose is apparently unhappy with the company and has been released. They've come to terms with his release for after his contract runs up after Mania. I don't think it's actually happening. I think they're working us over like crazy, and there's a lot of people who think it's a work, and there's a lot of people who think it's not. There's a lot of people that think that it's actually happening. He's actually leaving. Honestly, I don't really know where I stand. I'm kind of caught in the middle, but I with the fact that they're putting the Shield back together, I feel like it's gonna be he's actually staying, and they're trying to fuck with us, especially because this could lead to him and Roman helping Seth slay the Beast at Mania, which I think would be very, very wonderful. I would love it. And the Shield are facing Drew's crew, Drew's Clues, whatever you want to fucking call them. Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Bobby Lashley, meaning that annoying little fucking insect, Lio Rush, is probably going to be at ringside. I'm going for the Shield because, of course, I am. If it's going to be their last hurrah, potentially, I think that they're definitely going out on a high note. I think they're definitely going to be winning the match. I'm guessing there's gonna be triple power bombs all around. I think everyone, including Lio Rush, is gonna get one, and they're gonna have a big sort of celebratory thing. There's a rumor that this is going to be changed to a 4-on-4 tag. At the moment, from what I remember seeing, it didn't get changed. But there was rumor that Braun Strowman would be added to the Shield's team, and that Elias would be added to the heel team. From what I know of, I'm going to check really quick just to be safe because I don't remember seeing it changed at all. Yes, it is still that match. It is still the 6-man tag match, so it has not changed. Obviously, tomorrow is Fastlane. It could still change between now and then. If it does, my prediction's staying the same. It's still going to be the Shield and Braun beating the other team. I hope it doesn't change to that. I really like the fact that it's trying to be the Shield versus this 3-man team that has, these big guys, and Drew's like, oh, I dismantled the Shield. And it makes more sense for it just to be the Shield versus them. I know Braun Strowman has had a lot of issues with the three of them in the past, but I think it makes more sense if the Shield just stay by themselves facing off against Drew, Baron, and Bobby. It makes a lot more sense in my personal opinion. Plus, I can't really see Braun being on a team with the Shield or Roman at all after a lot of the feuds that they've had. So I think it makes more sense for it just to be the Shield versus Drew, Bobby, and Baron. Or even Drew, Bobby, Baron, and Elias would fit too. A 4-on-3 handicap also doesn't sound too bad to me. It's the Shield. It's not like they're going to lose it. It would probably be Elias eating the pin if that was the case. But yeah. Continuing, we have the women's singles match, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. If Becky wins, she's added to the Raw Women's Championship match, making a triple threat, the one at Mania. If Charlotte wins, it stays a 1-on-1 between her and Ronda. I'm going for Becky Lynch because if you think that Becky Lynch is not winning this match, you obviously don't understand the story here. Months and months ago, it was rumored Becky was facing Ronda at Mania, and Becky was winning the Rumble, and Becky won the Rumble. Obviously, we all watched it happen. I watched it happen, and I loved it. Sorry about there being no review for that still. I'm very disappointed that I had such issues with that. And then the whole injury happened. She got suspended, all this, and my God, that story has been such a fucking roller coaster of emotion, and I honestly can't wait. Mania is looking fantastic, and yeah. I'm also going by a lot of the rumors for Mania currently because there is rumors for the Mania card as to who's going to be facing who. So a lot of these are kind of, women's wise, I should add. So a lot of these might be kind of based off of that. Next, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match, Asuka versus Mandy Rose. I'm going for Asuka to retain. While I think Mandy could do fantastic work as a champion, and actually I've, in my universe mode, had her as champion for 1 month. She lost it back to Asuka the next pay-per-view. Who knows? SummerSlam, she could end up getting it back. But I think Asuka's retaining, and this is again going off of rumors for what's going to be planned for Mania, which is Asuka versus Lacey Evans, as Lacey is supposed to be getting a huge fucking push. Which I don't mind. I like Lacey Evans. She's awesome. So I think it's going to be Asuka retaining this. Honestly, no offense to Mandy Rose, I just can't see Asuka losing to her. Especially not this close to Mania. If it was like the Rumble or any of the pay-per-views leading between Survivor Series and the Rumble, or somewhere, you know, around SummerSlam to the Rumble sort of situation, or to even Fastlane, I could maybe see Asuka losing the championship to Mandy Rose. Maybe. And then having Asuka win it back later on. But seeing as how it's Asuka versus Mandy Rose in the final pay-per-view, the final road to WrestleMania pay-per-view, I don't think that Asuka is losing this championship, especially if the rumored match is going to be Asuka versus Lacey Evans. I'm sure there's probably going to be a huge thing where Lacey Evans comes out during the match and then Asuka wins somehow by Mandy being distracted and Sonya being distracted. Asuka just rolls her up or gets her in the Asuka lock or something along those lines. But yeah, Asuka to retain, to most likely set up for Asuka versus Lacey Evans, which I'm very excited for. Next, we have the Women's Tag Team Championship match, and my God, does it feel good to actually be able to say that now. Like, I'm getting to say that constantly now. Boston Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Tamina. I'm going for the Boston Hug Connection. Obviously, I'm not stupid. Again, this is going off of what the rumored card is for Mania for the women's matches. But also, one, they just won the championships at Elimination Chamber. I don't see why they would take them off from the next pay-per-view. Two, I don't see them putting them on Nia Jax and Tamina, which is a shame because Tamina deserves a championship on the main roster. She's fantastic for the most part. She's okay. She's a little botchy, but Nia Jax is much fucking worse. And three, the rumored match, and this upsets me very much, is Sasha and Bayley versus the Bella Twins. Now, if you guys don't know, if you guys watch my Evolution predictions and review, I very much did not like the fact that Nikki Bella... I did not like the fact that the Bella Twins came back at all. I don't know. I don't like the Bella Twins. They're terrible in the ring. I think they're terrible on the mic and terrible in the ring. I think their reality show is garbage. And honestly, I don't want them to be anywhere near that. And I got called out on Instagram because of this, because I said I don't want part-timers going for a championship. And someone's like, oh, but you'd rather have like Lay Cool or Trish or Lita. I'm like, no. I don't want anybody who's not a main roster active superstar 24/7 going for a championship. It doesn't matter who the fuck it is. It could be Brock Lesnar, John Cena, Goldberg, fucking Triple H, the Bella Twins, Lita, Trish, Lay Cool, fucking anybody who's not a current superstar who's active on the main roster. I don't want them going for those championships, or active in NXT, I should say, too. I don't want them going for a championship. I don't want the Bella Twins. I want it to be the Iconics versus the Boston Hug Connection, with the Iconics winning the championships, because that's who I want to see walk away with the titles at the Elimination Chamber. Even though I kind of knew the Boston Hug Connection were going to win them, I really wanted the Iconics to win it. And I think that's what's going to happen. I want it to be the Iconics versus the Boston Hug Connection. It sounds like a much better match to me. This is very much in the same way of the Ronda Rousey versus Nikki Bella at Evolution match. I didn't enjoy it. I hated that fucking match. It was horrible. Ronda, who was still pretty green at this time, I was already like, okay, this is gonna be a bad match, because it's Ronda versus Bocce Bella. It was not a good match. Ronda's not very good on the mic. She's not very good in the ring. At least she wasn't at that time. She's gotten much better over the past few months. Nikki Bella has, in my opinion, never really been that good in the ring. And the only reason she held the Divas Championship for as long as she did is because the WWE wanted to spite AJ Lee and CM Punk. And yeah, I'm glad Ronda destroyed her. So if the Boston Hug Connection really do face the Bellas, all I want to see is the Boston Hug Connection go in there and just destroy them in like 5 seconds. Or, because it's going to be Nikki the whole time if they do it. I guarantee you, Nikki's going to be in the ring for the most part, because Brie, one, is a mom. Two, based off of what they're doing with Total Bellas, from what I've seen of commercials recently, because they always fucking show them during WWE programming, It seems like her and Daniel are going to be trying for a second child, which could actually affect the WWE Championship match for tonight or for tomorrow night and for Mania. And 3, she can't even do a fucking suicide dive properly. When she's married to Daniel Bryan, she should have no issue doing a goddamn... she should have no issue. It very much brings me back to the talent is not sexually transmitted promo from back in the day that was said to the Bellas. It's not. They're not good in the ring at all. And I hope to God, if they are facing the Boston Hot Connection, they get their asses handed to them. Fuck, maybe even just the heel teams, women's tag teams, just come out and beat the shit out of the Bellas or something. I don't fucking care. As long as the Bellas don't win the championships. I don't like part-timers. If you guys haven't noticed, I feel like part-timers ruin the business. I hated Goldberg's run with the Universal Championship. It was garbage. I hate the fact that Brock Lesnar has held the damn thing for overall more than a year. It sucks. It's horrible. I hate it. Next, we have the SmackDown Live Tag Team Championship match. The Usos versus the Co-Besties, the best tag team in the world. Shane O'Mac, McMiz, whatever you want to... Shane O'Mac and The Miz, McMiz, whatever you want to call them, for the Tag Team Championships. I'm going for the Usos for a few reasons. 1, this match was kind of weird how it got set up because the automatic rematch clause was kind of taken away, and Miz kind of forced Shane to do. He's like, if anyone can make the rematch, it's you. You're McMahon. You got this. Not that I'm upset about this because I love the first match. It was wonderful. Their entire feud was awesome. So yeah, I'm going for the Usos because I don't think the automatic rematch clause thing is going to be enough. Plus, the rumor is that Shane is going to be facing The Miz at Mania, which... Good on you, Shane. I love Shane. Look, Shane McMahon may not be a full-time active wrestler, and I know I just shit on part-timers, but that man puts so much fucking blood, sweat, and tears into the goddamn ring. He deserves to be where he's at. He deserves the recognition he has for being as talented as he is. He has no reason to be doing this. He's in his 50s, you guys. He has no reason to still be going into the ring and putting his body on the line like he does. Like at Hell in a Cell, when Sami Zayn pulled Kevin Owens from there. Or at Mania, when Undertaker rolled off the table. Or at Mania against AJ Styles. Or in the tag match with Daniel Bryan against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. He had no reason to be in any of those matches or do any of that. Or the Survivor Series match where he almost fucking died off of that spear from Roman. He does not need to be doing this. But because of us fans, he puts his body on the line and nearly kills himself all the time. And I love Shane for that. Okay? I will always love Shane for that because it's awesome. I love watching it. But yeah, the Usos. Also, because at the Elimination Chamber? Yes, the Elimination Chamber. Miz dedicated the match to his dad, to his wife, and to Monroe, and to their unborn child. I think we all know what really what happens as soon as somebody dedicates a match to anybody, or they have a match in their hometown, which, if you don't know, Fastlane is in the Miz's hometown of Cleveland, Ohio. Which means there's a good chance they're not walking away with championships. Plus, I think it could kind of be, it's probably going to be the catalyst finally for it, where they're going to split, and it's going to lead to a fucking beautiful feud at Mania between Shane and The Miz. I can't wait. I'm excited. I'm sorry. I really am. But yeah, the Usos. That long-ass tangent I went on. To be fair, I went on a longer tangent with the Women's Tag Team Championship match. And finally, the WWE Championship match. We have the Eco Warrior, the planet's champion himself. Yes, no, fickle, maybe, I don't fucking know. The new Daniel Bryan. He's probably going to have that 6'6" Redwood, Eric Rowan, however you want to call him, by his side. At the match versus the all-American dad. Well, Canadian, but you get the point. Mr. Not So Perfect, whatever you want to call him. One of the best, in my opinion, promo cutters and wrestlers in the world. The new master of the Stone Cold Stunner. KO Mania 4 could potentially be coming it's Kevin Owens. I'm going for Daniel Bryan, though. Again, I think a lot of people are expecting it to be Daniel versus Kofi at Mania. kind of because he said you don't belong here in the Elimination Chamber match to Kofi, and it kind of reminds me of the Triple H Booker T feud back in the day where it was really, really racist, and Triple H was like, someone like you could never be world champion. I'm just like, I got very big vibes of that. And while WWE has grown, I hope that they've grown enough to realize if you're going to have racist undertones in a feud, do not let the person being a racist asshole be the winner. Like, I mean, I get it's Triple H. It was Triple H, you know, back in the day versus Booker T. What were you guys thinking? Why? Why make it a race thing? Like, every time there's a racist sort of feud in WWE, or any wrestling product for that matter, which there shouldn't be those types of feuds anymore at all, it comes down to the point of, okay, please don't let the racist person win. Seriously. Let the person who's being shit on for how they look, for their color of their skin, whatever, let that person win the fucking match, win the feud, you idiots. So I hope to God, if it is really Kofi and Daniel, Kofi fucking destroys him at Mania, and finally, after 11 long goddamn years with this company, Kofi Kingston wins the big one. He wins what he rightfully deserves. The WWE Champion, completing his Grand Slam, I might add. Which I can't wait for. If it really does happen at Mania, I'm excited. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know what your guys' predictions are down in the comments below. Monday morning-ish, the review video should be up. Sorry, I'm spacing out right now. I'm very tired. God, my arm's in so much pain. It's hard to sleep. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay golden. Peace.